It's hard to keep those secrets, though. It is
Like,
really hard.
but if you don't keep the secret, then you don't get the lovely payoff at the end when they realize you've kept the secret for months and are now just dropping it on them.
I know, but it is so hard because I played in a lot of World of Darkness games and LARPed in several World of Darkness games. When somebody does pull something sneaky like that, it is so hard to keep that quiet. Like, I've maybe successfully kept quiet half of the secrets I should have because like people walk up, they're like, "Oh, hey, what were you guys talking about?" You know, how'd the last part of the session go? You're just like, uh, well,
Shenanigans.
yeah, I can't tell you. And then they're like, "Oh, well, then that must mean he did that." I'm like, "Yeah, man, he did that." It's like, ah, it's like, what were you guys talking about for that last hour? Nothing.
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 He he carved a steak very meticulously.
Hey, sometimes you got to role play for that half hour. You got to get that inspiration clicky.
Got to get it in there. Inspiration.
Briseis apparently has inspiration from something. I don't remember.
Don't we get it at the beginning of a session, or am I crazy
Yeah.
about that?
I mean, you're crazy also, but yes, you get it at the beginning of every session.
Ooh, cool.
Because it's been there.
It's
and everything
always
to
been
use
there.
it.
I just know at least one point of inspiration got super used last session.
Yes. Yeah, I did.
Well, here's hoping for another super use of inspiration on Felon's part. Alrighty, so we ended last session. You guys were in the inn after a very long day, and you had a nice meal, had some drinks on the house, courtesy of Maurice, being a fan of your heroic skills with saving Branford from the Iron Throne men. You guys ate and drank your fill and then went upstairs to go to bed. Felon was the first upstairs, and he saw his room was a little messy.
Yeah.
And everybody else subsequently noticed the same. And you guys didn't seem to really, I mean, you cared a little, but mostly you guys were, I remember a lot of people were very tired, and you kind of just went to bed anyway. I know, Briseis, you're like, that's good enough. I'll just lay here. So you guys, you slept very well throughout the night. You know, everybody but Felon, of course, naturally.
What's that supposed to mean?
What, you don't sleep, I guess.
That's true. Okay, fair enough. All right, fine.
I mean, nothing, weird or anything. You guys all had the benefits of a long rest and the benefits of a level 6.
Yeah, right.
Ooh. It was a big day. You guys had a big, hard day. All right, so I'm sure today will be much better.
Yeah, nothing is going to happen, I'm sure.
No. Just another lovely, lovely morning waking up at this uneventful, boring old inn. Over the course of, well, I like to say over the course of this past week, I've given most players individual little notes about things that have happened, but it was mostly just today. So if you happen to be one of those lucky people, please tell me if you guys are sharing any information, if you guys are having breakfast, if one of you is just running out of the inn screaming. What are you guys doing this morning?
Briseis will, like when they're all having breakfast, Briseis will say that Hagar had told her the name of the place that they're supposed to be. They want to check out where the undead started popping up originally. Baragost, which is Somewhere south between Baldur's Gate and Candlekeep, and you also mentioned a trade post, a little ways from there called Pinemoor that we could take a look at.
What's at Pinemoor?
It's a place that Tagar mentioned at the place that they do business.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I think that's our best bet, right?
And that does seem like a reasonable next step. Now, south of Baldur's Gate, you might remember that Tagar had given me a letter from Lord Aiden, and in it, Aiden mentioned that a tower south of Baldur's Gate may contain a magical artifact or a staff of some sort. Phelan, I can't recall in that dream that you claim is not prophetic, but it seems to be becoming truer every moment. Didn't you say we fought some shape-shifting creature at a tower or near a tower?
Yes.
Would that have also been south of Baldur's Gate?
No. It was on the way to a town. Can't remember the name of the little village. I don't remember.
Where you were headed in the dream?
Yeah.
I believe the town was Daggerford that you guys were headed to for your book signing and Cloud's concerts and other such tomfoolery.
Yes. Daggerford. So I don't think it was south. I think it was like a different direction that other than south.
I was wondering if there might be any similarities or forewarnings we might be able to draw from it.
No. Well, since it wasn't prophetic, then no, obviously not.
As you keep saying, but still. So then, if we are to pursue these leads on the undead, that would give Tagar time to draw together the resources to make bid on the iron mines. We would be pursuing the solution to the iron, of course. Now, Tagar, it seems, would be a good man to run or organize some of the goings on once we have acquired those lands. Would you prefer or not to be a face of that?
Who?
Both of you. All three of you, really.
I don't want to sell iron.
Understandable. But the resources and funds brought in would supply quite a bit of coin that could be used to bind tomes, teach citizens to read. I think you said that Baldur's Gate's literacy spiked considerably in that non-prophetic dream of yours.
I mean, I suppose, sure. Yeah, it seemed that way.
Briseis, do you have anything that you could find use for coin?
Just helping people that need it. I don't need a lot for myself.
Understandable, but the mines would offer places for people to work. As you saw, the mines in Nashkel employed quite a number of people.
That wasn't a...
I mean, they lived in a tent city.
That's probably not the place you should point to for reference.
Why not? They were paid reasonably.
If they were paid reasonably, they'd have homes. They'd be able to... not tents.
Well, if we have control of the mines, then we could see our workers better paid and housed as you find appropriate. But that's a bit down the line. So far, I've had no dealings with the Iron Throne that encourage me to assist them, so I prefer to see to managing this Merchants League.
Right, but Tegar isn't really a member of the Merchants League now, is he?
No, this would be acquiring the mines and influence over them.
I suppose. I don't know. I mean, do we have the money to buy mines anyway?
Do we? No. Does he? Seems to.
I mean, if you can convince him, sure, but
Then we'll move forward on that. Did we have anything else keeping us in Baldur's Gate at the moment? I know the undead seem to have caught your attention. We also had the orc encampment, and I believe there is still another band of the orcs roaming about to the south, and your new lady friend from last night.
wait, new lady friend?
The one who left you the note in the ring. By the way, what was with the ring?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what was with that? There was no ring or note. It was just my room was trashed.
I mean, that's all you found. I don't know what you relayed to everybody else, or what
That's
they
what I would say.
inferred.
I found nothing. My room was just trashed. I don't know what they were looking for. It didn't seem like they found it because nothing was missing. But
Why would someone say they left something? They didn't. What's the
Well,
point
maybe-
of that?
Possibly just
probably to get past the bartender, right? I think. I don't know. I suppose I could give my room a once over before we leave. Like a really, really deep once over.
Do you want help?
Sure, I mean, I'll take help.
Well, then let's gather our goods. We'll take a stop in the merchant's quarter and sell those odds and ends that we had acquired from the chest, and then
Just not at the hat shop.
not at the hat shop.
Not at the hat shop.
No, likely he would not have an interest.
Okay, I just want to clarify.
Oh,
Don't sell them to the hat shop.
while we were sleeping, did you have an opportunity to check those items to see if the iron on them was good? The make was shoddy, but was the iron itself intact?
Oh, yeah. Is the iron good on those? On the javelins and stuff that came out of the chest?
Some of the best you ever tasted.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, iron's fine. Tastes just right.
You
good.
licked all 100 javelins.
Yeah. Well, it's the only way to be sure.
Well, then that should fetch us some monies at least.
Yeah, something at least.
I suppose we could offer them first to the iron, not the iron, to the flaming fist.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good call. I didn't think about that. Flame Fist might buy him.
I think he had mentioned he was having trouble with the basic iron and weapons.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea, actually. Right. So before we leave, I guess Perseus and Felon are going to check his room again just to make sure that there wasn't anything missing or anything that he had missed in his initial search that was off about the stuff in his room.
All right, so you two combining your efforts. Both of you roll investigation.
Okay. I don't have proficiency, so we'll see how this goes. We did real well.
You do find, like, after tearing everything, like, apart, but in a nice way.
Right.
You
In
find
an organized fashion.
a very furry green, what looks like it was maybe once half a sandwich behind your dresser that must have just gotten stuck to the back, and you missed it the first time.
Felon holds it out and says, "Do you think this is significant?"
Is it
No.
ring bologna?
I sniff it. Is it bologna?
It smells kind of like the spread that you had on your famous Leoric spread. It smells kind of like that spread that was on your sandwich.
It's not a ring or a letter.
No. Anyone still hungry?
No, thank you. It's all
Alright, well,
yours.
no, I'm good. I don't want it. It's disgusting. Just thought I'd offer. And Felon will throw that out his window, I guess. And say, I guess there's nothing here then. At least not that we can find.
And as Doyle is making ready for himself, he will give his room a less thorough once over just to see if anything was left out in his room instead.
Ooh, that's good. That was much more thorough.
That was much more thorough. It's magically thorough.
It's more thorough than our numbers combined.
It's important to keep a room tidy. It helps find things.
Nah.
Well,
Yeah,
It
so
was like moving the wash basin the quarter-inch turn that was just off.
you so ransacking it, you find a tiny corner of what looks to be like an old scroll or old piece of paper or something with just the end of a word on it. So all you can see is NDED, and it's written in like a fancy cursive. NDED, period.
Like ended or friended or
Friended is
Blended.
definitely a word there, yeah.
yeah, it's you weren't my friend, but now we've been friended, so we're friends now.
Keep going at this rate, I'll be putting together scrolls by Jigsaw.
Could be bended or I can't think of any more right now. I'll think of some more. I'll come up with a list. I don't know. On its own, it's not really that helpful. Interesting, but not that helpful.
But very rarely does Felon get to whip out his scroll and make a list about possibilities of words.
Right? Yeah. I mean, how often does he just get to make a list of words? Not very. So it's a pretty big day as far as that's concerned.
Crossword puzzles haven't even been invented yet.
Right.
Now, of course, it might not be in common.
I mean, these are common letters.
Yes, but you can write Elven words in common letters, can't you?
I suppose that's true. Yeah. But what heathen would do that? It has its own script. Use it.
Well, if you're going to make a puzzle of it.
I suppose. I don't think this is. I think if anything, this was put here on accident, not as part of a puzzle. Well, if it is a puzzle, then I'm very excited.
So, shall we send a runner to the Flaming Fist and ask if they are interested in the iron goods?
Not a bad idea. I think it's a good idea. We should do it.
Before you guys can even flag down whoever would be willing to take a gold from Dwayne for doing a menial errand, two guys in Flaming Fist attire come into the inn, go straight up to Maurice without looking around, and Maurice points directly at your table and hands them each a glass of some gross brown murky liquid, and they walk over towards you.
Like that.
So you ready to go?
Who are you?
Remember we were going to accompany them today?
Yeah, what he said.
No, but sure. I guess.
Well,
You know, the last ones who came with us died.
To the...
What?
I'm just letting you know.
Remember the Flaming Fist were going to investigate the... And Dwayne sits there and snaps for a moment. Location of the orcs, was it not?
Yeah, Yep, we're here for the orcs. We gotta go investigate. Serge said you guys said that there's not as many as there were before. That's good, right?
It is, but it has troubling implications. But sure, yeah, it's good that there's fewer of them.
He mouths the words troubling inclinations. Oh, yeah, well, but he said that there's less, so it's gonna be less dangerous, so we should be home by, like, tonight, right?
There's still a lot of orcs.
Yeah, still enough works, I would say.
Well, I
Probably
mean,
more than enough.
well, he didn't tell us to just start fighting. We're sent on a straight, like, investigate the area that they're supposed to be in thing. He said nothing
Right,
about
right.
fighting.
Right, but the more that there are, the greater the chance that you'll be forced to fight, right?
They make that, like, air sucking through teeth sound that, oh, so I didn't know. And one of them starts biting his thumb, and he's like, they didn't say that we'd be fighting. I mean, my sword doesn't even work. I had to get this one this morning.
What do you mean your sword doesn't work?
Well, I mean, like, and he thwaps it against the side of the wall, and, like, little shards of metal just start tanging off the edge of it to where it looks like it's got a bite out of it now.
Dwayne, I think if we're gonna take these gentlemen with us, we need to give them actual weapons.
Fortunately, we have a supply.
Exactly. I think that is worthwhile, both for our benefit and for theirs.
You have a supply of swords?
Well, not swords, but what fancies you gentlemen? And Felon pulls out the chest and opens it and starts reaching inside.
Felon, would you not? No.
How are you doing? Where'd your arm go?
And Felon pulls out. What do we got there? Is there a list of what was in there? Somewhere?
I think that was in the shared treasure. I want to say it was battle axes and javelins, chest of holding. Where'd it go?
Yes, there were great axes, 10 great axes, 10 sets of leather armor, 100 javelins, and 4 chunks of meat.
Oh yes,
And 3 dirty rocks.
So you want a great axe or a javelin?
They each shout 1 per each one. I'll take the javelin. I want the great axe.
All right, perfect. There we go.
So these, like, work, and he, like, puts his thumb against it and cuts himself a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Certainly tastes like they work. So.
All right. Yeah, let's go. Let's go kill some orcs. And they start, like, just doing the bro thing where they're, like, amping each other up.
Maybe we should have just convinced them to stay.
They have orders, Briseis.
Where'd you guys get all these anyway?
I won't tell if you don't.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll listen.
I mean, we were scaring them good.
I suppose that's true. We could have tried to just scare them off, but what's done is done. It's too late now. Well, actually, it's not too late now. I could probably convince them, but I'd rather not.
If we're actually gonna fight orcs, we should try to keep them away from it.
They're here to verify our claims, and I believe there are still 2 or 3 bounties outstanding for the information regarding the orcs that they should be confirming and then making payable for us.
That's true. So, I mean, either way, just having them around to watch our backs is probably not a bad idea.
And of
ideally, we'll go out there, they'll look around, they'll get scared by some orcs, and we'll come back.
Well,
we're still here, you know. God, you guys are kind of rude.
Right, that's ideal. I said that's ideal. You don't die in that scenario. That's ideal.
We're here to protect you guys, too. You know.
Right.
We're Let's just go. He told us it was, he said it was just, southwest of here?
Yeah, something like that.
The last guy that came back said that he didn't see much of anything, but he heard drums, lots of drums. But he didn't see any orcs. So they're sending us a little further in.
Makes sense.
Yes. The drums do seem to have the ability to be louder than they should, so the orcs may appear closer and in greater numbers due to some illusions they have at their beck and call. We did also encounter some undead working with the orcs, so be aware that a body fallen may not stay fallen.
Said the undead are. No one said anything about undead to us. You mean
we only encountered a small number of them, but it's worth noting to be mindful.
Oh shit.
Never be too careful. What are your names, by the way?
I'm Redo, and he's Gare.
All right, redoing care. All right, well, look, you stick with us. We'll do some investigation, but should be fine, and we'll come back, and you guys will be big heroes.
All right, sounds good to me.
Excellent. Feld looks to Dwayne.
We can be off. Of course, we want to take a lunch with us. And Maurice, would you get us together something suitable for 6 to eat for lunch and possibly dinner?
You got it, Dwayne.
Titles.
you mumble titles, and he's just he did not understand or get that at all. He starts wrapping up something in a cloth and kind of tying them all in like little sacks, and he just starts setting them on the edge of the counter. It looks like it's a big hunk of bread, some miscellaneous meat, and an apple stuffed on the top. Everyone's the same.
Excellent. And should anyone pay call for us, do what you can to study them and get a description, especially should Phelan's female friend return.
Yeah. If she comes back, let her in, but make sure you figure out. Remember as much information as possible. Write it down if you have to.
Yeah, you got it. And he just kind of half smiles at you and nods and walks away.
He's not a very smart man.
Versace, anything you need as we head out?
Not that I can think of. Shall we be off?
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty. So are you guys dropping off the rest of the stuff at the Flaming Fist first? Because Redo and Garrett definitely want to know what the chest was, where you got the stuff in the chest, how did the javelin fit and the great axe fit, and why is it floral fabric, and where?
Don't worry about it.
What is that thing?
But
And
you
is
should
there
drop
more?
it off,
Can I have one? Where do I buy it?
No to all of those. But we should go to the Flaming Fist. Give them the weapons. We'll sell them the weapons. Because they can afford them.
And who is carrying the chest? Are you guys taking the chest with you?
Taking the chest with us. I'll carry it for now. You said it was 15 pounds-ish?
Yes. So at 15 pounds, it definitely weighs less than like your backpack or what have you, if you have something like that. So if you guys want to, makeshift strap it to your back or something, so you're not awkwardly
I was gonna
carrying
say,
it.
if you could rig a rope on it, Versailles can just carry it over her shoulder.
Yeah, that'll work.
You managed to pull that off much better than I did as a tote.
You don't like carrying things, do you, Dwayne?
No.
When you're missing a hand, you figure ways to deal.
Once we're clear of the town and its ridiculous riding laws, we can move at a bit more speed and dignity.
All right, so you guys make somebody takes their rope and makes a makeshift like little backpack for Briseus. And you guys head out towards the Flaming Fist first, where you I'm sorry, were you guys selling the stuff to the Flaming Fist for small profit, or were you just donating it, or what's going on? And who's doing the talking?
They have the money. We can sell it to them.
Sell it to them for the money?
Yeah, if they've got it.
Yeah, I mean, once I assume that, you know, one of you will be doing a demonstration that the metal on the weapons actually works, and at which point...
Yes, Phelan.
Fill in what? You cut out.
Phelan is an expert at metal demonstration at this point, so...
I assume Dwayne is speaking to them, and in the background, Felon is just like using the axe to chop things or like banging it against things to show that it works.
He saws through a can and then slices a tomato.
Exactly.
Tomatoes. Okay, so yeah, so you guys are you guys are basically doing some kind of infomercial, and it works.
Yeah.
Totally works. Surge and starts drawing a crowd behind him in the doorway to the Flaming Fist of oohs and ahs to cutting the cans and then the tomato, and they all have, you know, $3 or $4 in a fist, and they're shoving it in Dwayle's face, and all his dreams are coming true slowly. And you guys are able to unload the whole sets of armor, great axes and javelins for, well, I'm too lazy to count it up, so half of whatever's in the player's handbook for all that stuff.
Okay, so there's 99 javelins and 9 great axes. I will do the math real fast.
Don't forget
Wait,
the
90,
armor.
Yep, and the armor.
Oh yeah, leather armor. Because there were 100 javelins, 10 great axes, 10 sets of leather armor, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
And look, the axe goes right through the tomato, but bounces off the studded leather armor.
No! Was it leather or studded leather?
It is... Journal for Loot says studded leather armor.
Oh, baby! Ooh. Those great axes are worth a bit. There. Oh, it says the studded leather. Hot damn. That is okay.
Perhaps on our
385 total gold.
Perhaps on our way out of town, we will take this 385 total gold and see if perhaps there is a diamonds available that would be worth a collective total of approximately 300 of those gold.
Yes.
So what was the total? I'm sorry, 300 something?
385, and that's after halving. It was 770 before
Holy regrets, Batman. Okay, cool. Sounds great for you guys.
That's okay. We can reduce that almost immediately on the way out of town. If any of the merchants happen to be selling gemstones, specifically diamonds, Phelan would like 300 gold pieces worth of those diamonds.
I would indeed like 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
You, as you guys are walking out, and Redo and Gare kind of like, let's go, we got weapons, we want to use them. You don't notice any merchants shouting, diamonds, diamonds, here are the diamonds. But if you guys want to try and take time to shop, you can do so.
What do you guys think? Worth the time?
I think it'd be worth the time.
Okay.
Spend half an hour on it tops.
Okay, so yeah, so Felon is going to look around for half an hour to try to find like a gem merchant or someone who might sell diamonds.
Briseus will help because this is sort of an important thing.
Yeah, it is spending half an hour to potentially not die, which is worthwhile.
Was this investigations again?
All right, so you guys are heading towards the exit for Baldur's Gate, but make a beeline for the shop center. And Redo and Gare are like, you know, comparing, oh, look what I can do with my javelin. Well, yeah, but it's not nearly as cool as this great axe. Look, I can cut your javelin in half. And they're just kind of following behind you, not really noticing that you guys are going shopping somewhere. And you guys are reading the signs of the shops. And you do come across a gem store, or what looks to be a gem store of some kind. It's very small. You walk in and you're greeted by an older lady behind the desk. She's got something in her eye and she's staring intently at something on the desk in front. And she kind of looks up at you as you walk in with the thing still kind of in her eye, and then she pulls it out. She squints at you. Who are you?
Felon? Who are you?
I'm a Trill. Welcome. What can I help you with? And she kind of tilts her head back down to look at what she was looking at.
Yeah, do you happen to have any diamonds?
She sighs and takes the thing out of her eye and sets it down. And she just kind of places her hands together. She says, "Sweetie, that is not how you find diamonds. I don't carry that kind of big stuff here." And she gestures at the table in front of her, and you can kind of see what to your naked eye without inspecting looks like shiny rocks, different colored shiny rocks. And she says, I deal in small scale stuff. If you're looking for diamonds, you gotta go to the docks. They got
You're suggesting I purchase illegal diamonds.
Hey, you're the one looking for diamonds. I'm just not selling diamonds. I'm not selling diamonds. And she's looking at nothing around her.
Why are you not selling diamonds? Is there like some sort of secret diamond trade that I'm not aware of? Are diamonds illegal in Baldur's Gate?
No, they're not illegal. It's just there's certain things that I sell, and there's certain things that other people sell.
So someone has like a black market diamond ring, and you can't muscle in on their territory, because then they'll come and you'll be sleeping with the fishes or whatever happens.
Look,
here. I don't know.
I used to carry all sorts of stuff, but you know, it's just not worth it anymore. I'm an old lady. I can't defend myself. People want the shiny rocks. If I have too shiny of rocks, I end up getting hurt, and I'm not getting hurt again for this.
Okay, I suppose that's fair.
I have some beautiful amethyst. I'm sure that your girl will like that just as well as the diamonds.
Well, if she dies, the amethysts aren't going to help, so I don't think that's really gonna make much of a difference. But I appreciate your assistance. Yeah, I need him for a spell, Petrilla. I'm not interested in diamonds. Felon looks taken aback. Like, what else would you use a diamond for? Stupid diamond selling lady.
All right. Well, good luck to you.
Thanks. Felon walks back outside and says, I don't think this is going to happen today.
All right.
Apparently there's like a secret diamond ring, and like you can't sell diamonds, and there's like you sell diamonds you might get hurt, and it's like whole thing.
Felon, I'm amazed that you are considering writing a book without having mastered the art of subtext.
No, like I get it, but it's just at the moment I have bigger fish to fry, so to speak. I can't occupy my mental bandwidth worrying about her diamond issue.
Well, I'm sure once we've settled things here, we can look into your diamond trading needs. But on to the orcs.
Just don't die. Don't die in the meantime. Yeah, on to the orcs. Or the undead, or whatever happens. Whatever we find.
All right, so you guys head back towards the gates, and redoing Garrett just didn't really seem to take much notice that you guys had even stopped at all. So they're right behind you as you guys head towards the exit. Give me just a second. All right, so as you guys exit, Redo and Gare kind of jog towards the front. I'm not sure what order you guys are in, but they bust open the rudimentary map that they got from Captain Surge, and they're looking at it, and they're like, "All right, so this place is just south. All right, it's just south of where we are, and then they said just follow the river until just before you get to the woods."
Okay.
And then there's a big mark here on the map, and he points at just a big X on the map. It's not very well detailed, very kind of generic.
So approximately kind of in this area.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly the area.
Briseis says that kind of sounds like that's where Pinemoor was.
Doesn't it? All right. Then
No, Phelan, didn't we think the orcs would be further to the west over in this direction?
we did, but I mean, if they have evidence of orcs over there, and it's something we want to check anyway, I think it's worth checking out. Right? And they could have moved.
Seems reasonable. We could certainly head in that direction, and if I suppose if we don't discover anything, we could always swing south and stop by the Friendly Arm Inn, and then swing up north the other way.
True. We could.
Wait, where are we going?
Well, if we don't find your orcs over here, the other place that we had suspected they would be on the west side of this lobby area. I suppose that's woods that you have there. So the Friendly Arm Inn, I believe, is down in around this area. So if we make a box of it, that covers the two areas where we thought the orcs might be.
Mm-hmm.
Baragost is supposed to be around there too. The other place that Tagar mentioned.
They start to look very dizzy. They're like, well, we were only sent on this one mission, so, I mean, we're going there first, right? Or are we
Yes.
going
Right.
to your...
But
Okay.
they're all part of the same mission.
Yes, we'll go where your intelligence leads us to believe it is, and if not there, we'll continue around to where we had them suspected to be. I may be able to stop by and pick up my outfit that I commissioned. That would be lovely.
Alrighty. Okay. Just wanted to be clear. All right, so we're hunting some orcs. Got it.
Right.
All right, so you guys head out. There's kind of a clear path if you follow along the river, just a ways away from the river. If you follow the path of it, it seems to be a pretty common trade route, or at least that's what Redo and Gare are telling you. They talk to you about the area, what they know from past Flaming Fist reconnaissance missions out here. And you find out that this area is it's a tiny place that they're heading towards. And that the sounds where they're sending us this time, the sounds should be pretty loud, and there's pretty good reason these people, they're a stop on the trade route, and the way orcs have been attacking lately, the captain thinks that they're bound to hit this town at some point or another. Hopefully we'll beat them to it.
Hopefully.
Hey, Felon.
Yeah, what's up?
What? Didn't you say there was a town that got destroyed from your dream?
Nashkel got destroyed because undead came out of the woods.
So undead, like we're going to deal with as we head towards those same woods now.
Theoretically, maybe. I mean, in the dream, we had not dealt with them. And it was, in fact, one of the things that clued me into that it was a dream.
Phelan, how many coincidences exactly is it before a prediction becomes a prophecy?
No. This is the opposite of a prediction. Just because there's undead in the general vicinity of the forest does not mean it's prophetic. But the fact that we're going to deal with the undead would break the thread of prophecy, because in the supposedly prophetic dream we had not dealt with the undead. So if we deal with them, then it all falls apart.
Did we not deal with it, or did we not win?
We didn't deal with it. We didn't do anything about it. We were too busy with book signings and concerts and managing a business empire.
Well, we certainly have to deal with all those things as well. I could use a good concert.
Yeah, but not when people are getting murdered.
So as Dwayle's walking along, he's got his book out and he's turning through it and he's working his way through a ritual between conversation. And after probably a good 30, 40 minutes, because he hasn't tried this one before, he manages, I think,
Oh, baby.
to bring himself a horse.
Quasi-real horse-like creature? Define horse-like, Casey.
Well, Dwayle's not really an expert in the equestrian, so it is much more shaped for his comfort than for the actual physical needs of a horse. It's lower, its legs don't bend quite the right way, and it's kind of what would be sway-backed for a real horse. But it's easy for him to mount, and the gait doesn't cause it to do that uncomfortable up-down motion. It just sort of straight lines.
I imagine it also has like one of those big banana seats like bikes used to have.
Yep, it's got the big banana kind of swoopy seat. He can sort of lean back on it a little bit.
So he has like an armchair far back.
Its legs move in more of a spidery fashion so that the body stays at the same height.
It walks like Dwayne would walk if Dwayne were a horse. Just, I don't want to get mud on me.
Perseus is just, what did you do? What is that?
Well, stylistically, I think it could be a better color, but it seems quite serviceable.
Right, the color is what's wrong with this. Oh, well, at least you'll be comfortable.
Would you like one?
No, I'm all set, thank you.
All right, so.
Oh, wait, no, you could make them for all of us, couldn't you, theoretically?
Yes, it'll take me some time.
Yeah, because it only lasts for an hour, so that would not be time efficient at all.
I think with a little practice, I might be able to do this while I ride.
All right, so Dwayle's on a horse now.
That's not a horse.
Sorry, Dwayle's on a large, quasi-real horse-like creature with a big banana seat. But he looks very regal.
That's important.
It is, especially when you go to know-nothing, small towns to investigate orcs.
Hooves. I forgot. I gave it feet.
What kind of feet?
Wait, you're giving it feet? Like human feet?
I hadn't considered that.
That's gross. That's really gross.
Please do that. Please do
I
that.
am going to attempt to draw this.
Please do.
No, it has feet. This is Dwayle's first attempt at making a horse. Make human feet.
Does it have a horse head?
It's got a vaguely horse-ish head. The mouth probably opens a little too wide.
Okay, so and it's still prancing, so it's got human feet and it's kind of like twinkle toesing it down.
The prancing with the human feet is real. It makes me real uncomfortable.
I would imagine, I mean, because you were going for hooves initially, but then we're like, oh wait, no, it needs to be quiet. So it's like very hairy, hobbitsy human feet.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds good. All right, so your large, quasi-real, horse-ish like creature is tiptoeing along next to this ragtag group. And you guys, as the smoke kind of starts to vanish away from your large creature, which is yet to be named, it doesn't seem to dissipate entirely. And after some hand motion trying to get the smoke to dissipate, you look off in the distance and not about 300 feet in front of you, you see like smoke, puffs of smoke rising off in the distance. There ahead of you is what looks like a slight hill drop and maybe a curve to the right. That is the direction that the smoke seems to be coming from.
And to the right, you mean off this way? Yes.
Yes, sorry.
Like the way we're
East.
going to be going?
Like, yeah, like kind of following the river.
Okay. All right. Looks like we might have been too late. We should probably get there quickly. Because that doesn't look good.
If we go to that drop off, can we see far enough, or is it like way off on the horizon?
You only see just like puffs of smoke coming up about 300 feet in the distance, but you can't see anything just yet. It's like around a corner and down a hill, so it's just off in the distance.
Felon's running for it.
He's following.
All right, as you book it down that way, Redo and Gare kind of pick up pace and keep up along with you. And you kind of head over the hill and start running down and to the right, and you come very quickly into a town. Well, is town the right word for it? It's a few buildings, or what used to be whole buildings, that are smoldering. You don't see any active fires, but you see what looks to be one large building in the center, as I stall for map change. And you see lots of death and carnage, apparently. The smoke is coming from pretty much every building in small amounts, all kind of leading up to what you imagine you had seen from far away.
And can we see this large gentleman?
Which way are we coming from? The bottom or top ways?
You are coming from right there, yes. And you do see the large, gentle something, not so gently, hoisting bodies into a small fire pit that's hidden by this giant tree in front of it.
All right. What does this thing look like?
So the gentleman appears to be a rather large species of orc, although his facial features don't look quite right. It looks like, when somebody gets punched in the face repeatedly and then their face heals, but it heals different. Just like that, but like 7 times.
Right.
So like the features are just a little bit distorted, elongated, with lots of scarring and scabbing.
Gross. Felon's gonna make sure everyone's caught up. But once everyone's caught up, we should clearly kill this thing, right?
Mm-hmm. There's
1, 2, poof, thump, sizzle.
We should drag character.
So you guys could show up on the left of the map. You guys can also roll initiatives.
Is the initiative order clear?
It is. It's very hidden.
Definitely didn't
Okay,
say that beforehand this time.
Okay, just wanted to be sure before I rolled.
And I did. That guy.
You guys remember when we had Ned and Ted come with us? I remember that. It didn't end well. We should have taken bets on our 2 new red shirts.
Still here.
Yeah. Hey, that's a better reference, or that's a reference you can't understand.
You're not very subtle. We're the only ones wearing red.
I mean, it's really more of an expression. It's actually the fact you're wearing red is just serendipitous.
You wouldn't understand. It's like a... Just never mind.
And Sean, I gave you control over Rob's character.
Okay. Cool beans.
So you have the. Please don't make him wear a red shirt.
Okay. Got it. If it does, if I do, I can bring him back to life. So.
He also,
Well, no, I can't. Shit, no, I can't.
He also has an additional 10 maximum hit points temporarily through, special whispers and stuff.
Ooh, he special whispered his way to 10 extra hit points. I should special whisper more often. I wonder if I can get a 9th level spell slot that way.
Yeah, well, maybe just, stop talking shit.
Okay,
Oh
should
my
I write
God.
that down on a sheet forever? Or just keep it in mind for myself?
No, go ahead and you can mark it down on the sheet. He'll have it for a while.
Okay. It's on a sheet.
Also,
They'll
this
have it
turn
for
order,
exactly 1 combat round.
a wall.
Yeah, until he gets stabbed again. Those are the 10 hit points.
One, 2, 3.
Okay.
Shit,
So I have also
need to roll on Cloud. Forgot.
made our 2 gentlemen available. Unfortunately, both of their tokens are still named Ted.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you guys are gonna have to deal with that emotional trauma throughout this. But they are accessible to all, so whoever would like to take them on their turns. They have a token option for their attack. And
dibs.
if nobody dibses it in that moment, I will just move them.
Not dibs. I'm doing Cloud already.
Yeah, actually, I'll just move them. So as you approach and you see kind of these this giant orc gentleman throwing in bodies into this fire.
1, 2.
Yeah, and it appears to be orc and human alike. You are noticing that most of the dead bodies on the ground are not only dead, but they're also smashed in thoroughly.
Nice and tenderized.
Cloud,
Okay.
Okay. Or Sean.
Yeah.
Cloud. Sean. What? How do we?
Okay. I just want to confirm. Just because the tokens are kind of small. Zoomed out. This is an orc, and this is an orc, and this is an orc, and these three are bad guys as well.
I'm gonna put nameplates on them right now.
Okay. I just want to confirm that they're alive before I start. And Cloud too. They're not.
It's hard to see if they come accompanied with a pool of blood.
Right. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that guy's alive. So Cloud's gonna run down here. He can get that far in one move action. And then he's gonna hit him with the quarterstaff. That's not gonna hit.
He ain't gonna do it.
What's the difference between these two? Oh, he's got claws. And then he's gonna. Oh, he's got a second attack. Wow, consistent. And then gonna follow up with a kick. 13.
Hey, that 13. Yeah, that's gonna do it.
Yay! 5 damage.
This orc seems very surprised by your appearance, and takes his punch to the face.
Okay, that is Cloud's turn.
Doyle, in front of you, Cloud bursts to action as per pretty much his standard norm.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that's a thing. So Dwayne will ride his imaginary horse over to here. Will dismount from his imaginary horse and then stand behind it and shoot across its back. Over at the one that looks like he's a beady-eyed fellow.
He is beady-eyed. I have to make them distinctive somehow. And that'll definitely do it. You thread it through the largest orc you've ever seen, a fourth reel horse, and 2 sides of a house.
Ah, it makes a good firing platform.
So, any other chicanery?
That will be it for the moment.
All right. As you shoot fire at Beady Eyes, he kind of starts yelling in orc a couple of commands. You close in. That one first. As he kind of points.
I think I have their attention.
Trying to do things with things that I've never done before.
I believe in you.
So do I. That looks great. And you hear him kind of spit out some incantations. Felon, they sound really offensive to you because you recognize them as arcane.
Mm-hmm.
And coming out of an orc, that doesn't really seem right.
Right.
As he scroll up, scroll down, casts a fireball.
And where's that headed?
Oh no. Oh, that's unfortunate. Ooh.
I make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Take no damage.
Ah, no.
Ah, he says no.
Oh. Oh.
You don't get to cast the cool spell.
But it's 90 feet.
Oh, is it 90
Oh,
feet?
it is 90
Wait,
feet.
hang on. Am I not? Am I?
Yes,
Did I stop?
He's
Oh,
right.
you're very right.
Oh.
Well spotted, sir.
Well, he was prepared to counter your fireball that went into the bunch of orcs that I was expecting, and then I realized that he was definitely not in range. So I was like, I'll just do that instead.
Fair deal.
You come closer. Come out from behind.
Nah, not mid fight, or not mid my turn.
All right. Well, I will.
Wait. Hang on. Wait. Before you say that, hang on. Screw you. It's gonna cost me two. It's gonna cost me 2 third level spells, but I can stop it.
So soon.
So soon.
Yeah.
No, just a second and a third.
Second and
Oh,
a
that's
third.
fine.
Hang on, second and a third. Yes. For spells range, if it's at least 30 feet, it is at least 30 feet. It becomes 1 mile.
So he's pointing and he's shouting these orders, and then expecting. He's like, and nothing comes out, and he kind of looks disturbed at this, and wants to get a closer look. But behind the tree. These
Protect the whale.
Gale, yeah, he's like, what is going on? He just sees a bolt of fire. Gare is going to he's realizes that he's in the open, and he's gonna dash down kind of and around this corner. Bryceus, seeing Gare dash down.
She is running here. Get the right. As she's doing that, she's casting her spiritual weapon. Able to pull that on? I am. Over by this thing. Probably not hitting. And she will launch a sacred flame.
All right, so
Oh, that deck save, big man.
that big man is definitely going to roll his deck save. You do see your magical might bounce off of it. It looks like he's wearing leather, but it sounds like there's metal.
Dang.
But it doesn't slow him down. And on that spectacularness, Redo is also going to make a dash for it. Right behind Gare. Got you, buddy. Kind of at the behest of Mr. Beady Eyes here, the huge orc decides to close his gap. And I'm not moving Bryceus' weapon. That would be rude. You kind of see him snarl with that traditional orcish rage. You've all seen orcs move at extreme speeds when faced with an enemy. And he looks like he's going to try to make a meal out of Cloud.
Ouch. Oh. Ouch. Oh, ouch.
As per standard.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, Cloud gets hit.
Oh.
Oh,
See, but that was like the butt end.
yeah.
See?
Duh
Totally
butt.
fine.
Yeah, I
Duh
noticed
butt.
that. Yeah.
Duh
I
butt.
noticed see that. Duh butt.
See, second attack. It's only the back end.
Yeah. See that.
This orc, the orc next to the fire pit, also sees that rage. Can he? No, not closing with Cloud. He will, however, close with Briseus, seeing that magical weapon appear in front of someone who's much bigger and stronger than him. Says they'll work on that target. Alright, I'm going with 23 hits. That's what my gut says. And then he will do 7. Kind of looks like he's really actually focused. Most of the orcs you see have that classic rage. But this one actually looks a little bit more martial focused than the ones you fought before. Alright, well, he's not going to shoot through a house. He's not going to shoot the back one. He's going to see what got pointed at. And he's going to try to shoot at Dwayne through the huge guy. So add 4 to your AC for these attacks, Dwayne.
That's a miss and a miss.
I don't know why I'm using short sword, but it's the same as the longbow. Good old token errors. So as he twangs twice, really trying not to hit this big guy, probably in fear of imminent death. I mean, orcs are always going to slash in front of cats in front of them.
Nope. That's not gonna do it.
And then he's going to take the chance and try to move around. So he's trying to close. Looks like he's trying to go around the big guy too.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not taking the disengage action.
All right, so he's going to get hit in the back of his head with a quarterstaff. 14?
14 will do.
There we go. Well, that's a 1. 4 bludgeoning damage.
So you trip him up a little bit, but he does manage to get to where he wanted to, snarling ferociously. Felon.
All right. Felon's going to move to here. Yeah, here. Do I try to get the big guy off Cloud, or I just try to help kill the big guy? I'm going to try to help kill the big guy. So first things first, I'm going to drop a spiritual weapon on him. Ooh, 11? Probably not.
Makes that same sound that you barely heard come off of him when Briseus did the same. Got that leather impact, but metal jingle.
Metal jingle, that jerk. All right, then I'm gonna Secret Flame him as well. For 3 big ones, 3 big damage. That's my cart. Thank you.
Of course.
It's a book, right?
That's a cart. Look at it. It's clearly a cart. I mean, what else could... Oh, you jerk.
Yeah, doesn't seem to affect his movement or impede it at all. And what is going on? This guy is an orc. He is over here. He is way out of position to fight you guys. And you... Cloud sees him just take a quick, brief dash of what looks like into the building. And then you hear kind of a surprised yelp, Dwayne, from your south. As you see Garrett in close quarters. Yeah. You see this nice decorated orc. It looks like he's in the same vestments as the previous decorated orc that you've seen. Kind of channels all of that same orcish rage, but again, a little bit more militant and a little bit more focused. I don't know why I'm using nets. They're getting watches instead. Felon, Bryce, as you easily recognize the effects of the Bless spell. And that will bring up 7.
First thing Cloud's gonna do is he's gonna dance around like this. Get over to here. Do you want to go there? He'll go there for the moment. No, fuck it. Those guys are trying to kill Cloud or Dwayne. He's gonna go there. Put the big guy in between him and those archers. Then he's going to hit the big guy twice. Try to. 9 probably doesn't hit, but 25 I hope does.
Okay. That first one does hit.
Excellent. For 6 damage, and then as his bonus action, he is going to take the dodge action. That thing hit him real hard, and he's hoping it'll try to hit him again, but missed this time instead.
All right. As he dances around this huge orc, it looks like he's definitely making some moves. Not table dancing on a bar, but getting close. Dwayne, the orcs have closed on you with their standard intensity.
Unpleasant creatures. I think if I go here, and I will risk the attack.
Yeah. He's all about that slice and dice.
Figured he might be. Oh. Unpleasant. I will use a shield spell to make that a miss. No, actually I won't. Sorry. Never mind, I'll take my lumps. Because I do want to get to here. And then I will try the fireball. Putting it there. I don't know about him, but I'd really like to hit him.
Okay. Yeah. So you begin casting a spell.
Hang on. I'm still measuring up. Did I go far enough? Nope. How's my measuring going bad? I went the wrong way. There. And I will spark up a fireball. And I will spend an extra first level spell to make it do more damage. If it should work.
Spare no expense.
I would really like at least one of them to fall down.
Me too, man. Me too.
Me too, man. Wait, no.
No,
Yeah.
that's the opposite. You're doing bad.
Wait, what? That's what I can see.
Yo. Okay.
Kafoosh.
Like this,
Like that.
This
If
is
you're
why
feeling, if you're feeling super kind, I would put it there, but I can't see him, so.
This is why I put all NPC saving throws on a mass macro, because oh my god, opening up sheets is dumb. Jesus, what is that? 39. You see, as this fireball closes, Mr. Beady Eyes, who you get a glance of, it looks like he casts something in reaction to it, and your fire damage looks like it sucks into a shield around him, but the force damage just blows right through that.
Well played. I think it is your turn next. Come on, Scout, get the little X.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah! Oh, gotta take my 11 damage. My creepy horse is seriously threatening that orc, though.
Is he stomping his feet at him or something?
Yeah, he's wiggling his toes in his general direction. Smiling, but he's got human teeth instead of horse teeth.
Oh.
Oh.
Athy, you got your work cut out for you.
The huge orc looks vehemently angry about getting lit on fire. You do remember he always threw the bodies in. There was no dragging into this open fire pit. Mr. Beady Eyes needs a spell sheet list. As you see him kind of recognize where he is and what's going on, you see 4 copies of him come up. Or 3 copies. And he will... disappear from most people's view.
Get him, Care Bear.
Gare is all about not getting killed by this orc, and oh my
Gare.
god, oh my god, Gare, get him, Gare.
Fucking demolished, dude.
It's the best javelin I've ever had.
You guys are getting a raise when we get back.
What is this, 9? Jesus. Perseus, you hear a very surprised howl coming from the other side of this building, and kind of a grunt of accomplishment. It sounds kind of human, but mostly human from the other side of the building. What do you do?
She is concerned with this orc that's right in front of her. Let's see. Is it a bonus action or a simple action to dismiss spell? Like, could she dismiss this and then bonus action it up again elsewhere, or is it bonus action it's done?
I don't even think you have to dismiss it. I think you
can only move 20
recast
feet.
It. Like if you want a new one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you
it's
just
too far
recast
away. Okay.
Yeah, it's not concentration or anything. So.
Okay, so she will recast this by a big guy. Not doing so hot with that. She's trying though. And she will use her sword at the guy in front of her, maybe. $12? Or no? For these guys.
Towards little guy? Oh yeah.
Little guys? Okay.
I mean, proportionately little guy.
Yeah. She'll try to throw a glance down in this direction, but she really can't see a lot of what's going on down here.
As you make that swipe attack, and your turn is just about over, you hear off in the distance towards like the southeast, a loud girl screaming. Way too loud, sorry. Sounds
Southeast?
Yeah, southeast, like down this path. Just slightly southeast of where you are. And it sounds pretty far away. She sounds younger.
Terrified.
Alright.
She is going to scoot here. Yes, that's it.
Perseus, if you can, engage that one. And he points over to that fellow.
What felt? There's somebody there.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, I didn't even notice somebody there. So, where was she? Here?
Yep.
Be a distraction. I didn't even notice there was somebody there.
Too many dead bodies in the village. That might be a common occurrence.
She's. Can she see anything down this way? Down where the yelling was from?
Oh, like now that you're no, not from your position. No, you don't see anything. You just heard the scream very off in the distance. You'd guess at least 500 feet.
as you Briseis, as you wrap up, you kind of hear Radu flows in, and it looks like Gare and Redo have worked together for a while. You kind of hear them yelling and at and with each other, but even with advantage, Redo just can't get his newfound. It's supposed to be a great axe, but okay, we'll change that. As Redo fades down and into the southern building, this huge orc looks really pissed that somebody lit him on fire. And he is definitely going after what set him on fire.
Aha! But Clyde gets to hit him.
Come on, Cloud, take him out.
And Briseis can give him.
Okay, so Cloud's gonna attempt a stunning strike on this gentleman. We'll see how it goes.
Hey.
Okay, so 9 damage, and this gentleman needs to make me a con save.
The one I don't have on my quick bar.
Oh. That's the real punishment. Whether he passes or fails, the real punishment is making Kyle open the sheet.
Please be.
What's his DC?
His DC, I believe it is 14. Give me a second. Ah, damn it, it's 13.
Oh no!
Dang it! No. So sad.
Is he correctly adjusted for being level 6? Maybe.
Yeah, she's at level 6. Yeah. Yeah, because his wisdom's
so
2. So yeah, that's 13. Damn it.
But Briseis could give. He will be at a disadvantage.
Nice.
She will swing around and like bean him with the shield when he tries to hit Doyle.
Well, that's definitely distracting.
You are a large fellow.
As he brings the butt of his great axe around. I don't know why I found a toga with a shield. That also is very, very ineffectual. Briseis, your shield rattling just completely throws him off his game. It doesn't stop the drool and spittle that Dwayne now has in his face, but it does stop the great axe from going into Dwayne's face.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Fate worse than death.
And then you kind of hear this of frustration. But it looks like these two smaller orcs have a different agenda, and they kind of look over at Dwayne and kind of take a pass, wanting to target the person in front of them. And then Briseis, you see this orc do something that you haven't seen an orc do before. It looks like he's going in to attack you with his great axe, but then he tries to pull your leg out from under you. So I'm gonna need an athletics check.
Oh! She fell down.
And then as you fall down, he's going to try to make an attack with his great axe.
No, I was just wondering if the shield master thing helped with being prone. But second one hits. Ow.
And it seems like this, how the orcs are fighting, still with that rage, a little bit more coordination. as this as quick as this orc fell, just 6 seconds afterwards, you see him stand back up.
Oh no. Oh, that's not good.
Come on.
Every time I take
Dad.
rage as a feat, like seriously. Triggered only by undead.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed against that. And he animates. He does take the dash action and close in on some tasty, tasty cat-looking leg brains.
Okay, he's gonna have disadvantage because Cloud had taken the dodge action on his last turn.
He's not making an attack. He looks really, exhausted for a zombie.
But he's really excited to eat Cloud's brains next turn.
Yes.
I see.
Yes, he is. But this orc is excited to hit Briseus, who's on the ground this turn. He's so excited that he forgets about all of his training. And then moves to the other side of her.
Felon, before your turn, you hear that same loud girl scream again. Hopefully less jarring this time. There we go. That's better.
Felon is very torn between investigating and staying here, but if he leaves people here to die, more people are going to die.
Conundrumed.
Alright. Okay. Felon has decided it is time to bring out the big guns, and he is going to cast Spirit Guardians. I'm not going to bother to roll it, because it's not going to happen yet, but I'll put the thing on my... So, and then he's going to move to there, and then he's going to Spiritual Weapon this gentleman right here. 13?
Kind of bangs and makes that same sound.
Damn it!
Seem to move him.
Damn it. Alright, well, anyone who starts their turn in that bubble is going to have to make a wisdom save.
Alright.
Did you make a thing?
It's on my screen. I think they'll have to set it if you want. They want you to see it. Right now, it's my secret bubble.
Oh, your secret bubble. That sounds
But
awful.
Anyone within 15 feet who's not my friend.
Is the bubble visible?
Yes.
It's visible. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Yay! Bryce says, I'm also going to do that for you. I don't know if that's a trick you have up in your sleeve, but now if it is, people will see it.
It is something she can.
As you kind of hear often, your guys are off in your own little world up here, but still you hear some sounds coming from yourself. You hear the sound of another human screaming. This one just as loud and shrill, but sounds a little bit more masculine. As you hear Ridu cry out in some pain. 5, 10, 15. Recognizing Felon's guardians as what they are, this orc is definitely not closing in anywhere. He is just going to...
On.
He does not like the party. And by the party, I mean that party. He sees your book's really cool and he copies it as he casts Spiritual Weapon. And then tries to take a stab at you with a
Nope.
book. Does not understand how that works.
Maybe you should learn to read first, asshole.
And then makes a stab at Cloud.
Nope, because of disadvantage.
Because of disadvantage. Okay. And that brings us back all the way to the top.
Okay. Cloud can't get to the big guy. Punch this guy. And that guy seems like a problem. Cloud's gonna hit him. That 7's probably not gonna do it, huh?
No, that 19 is.
Excellent. 4, and then...
I'm sorry, there's too many orcs. Which one are we
the
doing?
ceremonial guy.
Ceremonial.
This one, the decorator. And then he's gonna... Again.
I forgot to use bless anyway, so it's fine.
Additional 6.
All right. Yeah, seeing him close in, Cloud just kicks it in. Literally. And is that the full suite of Cloud?
It is the full suite for the moment, yes.
All right, Dwayne, you feel about a half a pound heavier with all the spittle on your face?
Oh, this is delightful.
Gross.
Well, it seems like we'll have some undead to deal with afterwards, so might as well do something that'll linger. We're going to conjure a flaming sphere. And we're going to smash it in that direction so that it remains there.
Okay. Hold on. I think I actually... That'll do.
Ah, beautiful.
And it's controllable by all players, so you can move it around as needed. And that's upwards. Oh yeah, he's taken all 2 of that damage. And again, he looks like he really... Like, he looks infuriated.
Does this guy take 2?
No, not unless he ends his turn.
Okay.
And then... You know... Phelan... Let's move around over there.
Hey, bud. How's it going?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Pretty good. You look kind of gross.
I feel gross. And that will be my turn. Whoa, look at all the,
Phelan's
Yeah, I had
having
to add
troubles.
on things to differentiate between me and Felon's spiritual weapons
Hey,
here.
that's not me. That's the card.
Oh.
Card's upset.
There we go. Now the card is only 3 tokens of upset. Alright. So even with his intelligence and arcane, it looks like this still has that traditional orcish fury. And you can kind of see him rush towards people he considers enemies as a bonus action. And then who's the threat? There's so many threats. He did point out Dwayne, but now Felon's got shit flying all around him. Briseis is still alive with 3 people. Cloud's not. Cloud's getting handled, kind of. All right, all plans are new plans. He sees Felon kind of taking out his muscle and goes after Felon with a 2nd level magic missile.
Oh, that's unfortunate. 13, huh? Come on, roll well.
It's magic missile, though, right?
19, yeah, I get
Oh. I'm real glad that doesn't come out the way it looks on the board.
Yeah, one of those was a once, so that's good.
And then he, seeing that you're all still giant threats and that he hasn't actually done anything, steps way back down.
Mm-hmm. Best back off.
Gare, kind of in the same light of what you guys just saw with Briseis. It looks like he's just using, like, with his javelin, he's brought a shield with him, and it looks like you hear this clang bang in the background, and the sound of an orc falling down. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very dead orc.
Excellent.
Gotta hear this cheer between Gare and Ridu, and Ridu definitely sounds less cheerful.
Well, Briseis is going to yell, like, try not to kill them, they'll just come back. Like, step this way. Swing this up towards the zombie thing.
Okay.
That actually hit for once. I think for the first time ever.
Yes. As you step away, people are gonna try to hit you with great axes.
Wants to be my class.
Wow. That's literally incredible. Okay, so
Would that trigger her robes? Could she move
sure.
to? She wants to be able to
stand
protect.
guard.
Let me roll that because I forget entirely what to do.
That would imply that you're wearing said robes.
She generally does.
Cool.
She's a fancy lady now.
Is immune to being frightened against temporary hit influence spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each turn. Okay, so next turn she'll get temporary hit points.
Nah.
Okay. So we roll damage for the zombie. And she's gonna continue to smack at the zombie with this sword. Hopefully. Radiant damage. I'm rolling a lot of ones today.
It's okay. It's a red number day. But what you lack for in damage momentum, you're gaining up for in consistency. And the zombie does not look happy at all to be damaged in such a fashion, especially when it was just trying to eat some brains. Ridu, sees an orc, realizes that he might be in danger. And knows that if he does nothing, he might just not make it anyway. So, oh shit.
Chip away at those mirror images.
What's mirror image? It's 3 images, right? And it's some stupid roll a d20.
You roll a D, the number of images, and if you hit a 1, you hit the person, and if you don't, you hit one of the
That
images.
makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
Alright, he now has 2 images left. There are 2 tokens. Easy peasy. Huge orc,
Needs to make a wisdom save.
and he's super pissed about it. He's also
Okay.
super pissed about being next to this fire. And he's definitely super angry that nobody around him that is not an orc is dead yet.
That's not gonna do it, I don't think. Just based on my
Huge radiant damage.
12? I mean, I'll take it. The one kind of hurts.
Yeah, so he definitely takes that damage as these things smack into him.
Dwell like gestures towards Phelan, like that was him.
And he's going to make some steps around, kind of bowl over both of you guys, and go to hit Felon with his great axe,
Nope.
and with the butt of his great axe.
Nope.
And then he's going to... stand there and take it like a champ. Knowing that he probably can't get away from the wrath of these book angels.
Mm-hmm. Ah, that's gonna pass.
So do we have these on 12?
Uh,
Or you want to roll
yeah,
each time? Because I'm good with that.
Okay.
Either way.
That's fine. 8.
Alright, it looks like these books are starting to take the toll on him. He comes up. You can see it, his heart really super isn't into it. As he tries to hit you again with his mighty great axe.
He's like, whatever. Here's a bunch of damage. Yeah, that's gonna hit. 8. And
Maybe you're just focused on keeping these guardians all around.
come on. Nope, that's not gonna do it. All right, guardians are gone.
And
Sadness.
he looks very heartened at this. But, you know, still frothing with rage. Zombie is eating Cloud's brains.
Disadvantaged.
No.
He's definitely not eating Cloud's brains. Oh, this works in a rock and a hard place. So he's gonna try to hit Briseus.
Nope.
No, without his friend next to him, he can't, you know, coordinate his attacks. Can't trip anybody. Felon.
Okay. So first things first. I want to try to kill this guy with a spiritual, or not a spiritual weapon, a sacred flame. 12 damage. There we go. That's what we like to see. Ah, fuck you, dude. All right.
then you're gonna get a spiritual weapon. I was gonna use it to hit the big guy, but now you've earned a smacking with it.
You're smacking.
This orc, the little one, this guy right here.
Definitely.
Yeah. Bet you wish you hadn't hit me now, huh?
Definitely does him in.
And that's really all I can do at the moment. Don't want to move.
I'm sorry, that was... Were you thinking about moving, or was that...
No, I'm not going to move.
Okay. You kind of hear this... What? What? No! Come from the south, as you hear... a wet... kind of a groan, and then kind of a wet thump. Come from down below. All right. As our decorated leader here makes another spiritual spear against this new mid threat.
Nope.
And then takes another spearing at Cloud. No, he's gonna walk away.
Hit him, Cloud.
Go, Cloud, go.
You can do it, Cloud?
All right. Cloud is going to... those guys are right there. He doesn't want to disengage.
Oh,
So-
no. Hold on. He's still doing his turn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Physically stepping away from you.
Oh, I
Opportunity
see.
attack.
I apologize. I was not paying enough attention. 10 probably doesn't hit.
No.
No, unfortunately. It seems to bounce right off of that shield. And you hear a and a ow, and a yell in Orcish. You're not supposed to put your fingers in it. From that southern building.
Okay. All right. So, oh man, if we leave them down there, they're definitely gonna die. Okay, all right. You get a key back on a short rest, so he's gonna spend another key to disengage his bonus action. Head down here to follow this guy to smack him because he's dangerous. Ooh, that's nice. I like that.
Ooh.
And then I'll roll the second one. There we go. Okay, so regular hit and then crit. So 11 plus math, 14. 25 damage as Cloud hits him twice with his quarterstaff.
Go, Cloud. Go, Cloud.
Yeah, just this 1-2 combination sometimes doesn't stick. This time it sticks. It sticks well.
And then, Dwayne, before your turn, I think you're finally the last one to hear what sounds like a bit fainter of the screaming of the young girl in the distance.
Ah, they're not all dead yet, then. So, ball of flame is going to shoot the gap and smack into our fine friend over there.
Okay.
Ah! Oh well, still 5. And where it's sitting, it should hopefully char and destroy that thing before it gets back up again.
Or Felon.
He'll have an opportunity to move. I'm sure he'll move. I think he'll move. And then I'm going to entrap this giant orc.
With your noble robes?
I'm just going to pretend I'm entrapping him. And I'm going to give him a splash of acid.
Okay. Yeah, as you do this, he's getting wise. You're just throwing all these elements at him, and he really doesn't like any of them.
You could flee. I won't chase you.
That's so considerate of you.
What a nice guy.
So Beady Eyes kind of smirks and kind of just chuckles at this human that's closed gaps with him, and sees a cat literally fly after the person who just fixed him up. And he's going to look at his spell sheet. And he's going to cast Ray of Frost at Cloud to try to slow down some of this cheatiness.
22 will hit, unfortunately.
He will lose 10 feet of movement for next turn.
Oh no. He'll only be able to move 45 feet in a turn.
Crazy tabaxi monks.
And then
I mean, that's not even tabaxi, that's just regular monk. You counted the tabaxi part.
Yeah, don't forget you can double that up. Or, add 10, double it up. I forget what he does.
He gets double, but you can only move you have to not move the next turn at all.
Gare,
but to get it back, you have to not move.
Seeing Redu in trouble, is going to try to help him and close in. They try to do that tripping shield kind of thing that they do when they work together. Which unfortunately does not work out. And it looks like... Oh, thank you. Redo. Thank you. Looks like Gare can't quite get it done. Briseus, you see Cloud fly out. You go to protect him, and you see Clyde fly away.
Okay, spiritual weapons are as muted. Bong for zombie face.
Oh yeah, zombies are notorious for quick moving and evasion. Yeah, he takes that in the face.
Still standing?
Yes.
Okay, so she's gonna
Standing is a relative term. And I would definitely say standing is a relative term. as you slash at this zombie, he actually kind of corrodes from the inside, from the radiance of your damage, and goes down.
Oh, she's going to continue movement to here. Is there any way to tell, like, the direction Felon would be moving? 'Cause I don't want to block him if he's going here.
Felon's moving away from the fire.
Yes.
That's pretty clear. I mean, I can move through you, so.
True. She's just trying to get closer to you guys, so she'll go here for now. Wait, oh. Yeah, there. Okay.
All right. Redo is, you hear another kind of a thump.
Now hit him while he's down.
Yeah, he's definitely down. And they're definitely going to try to close in here. It looks like Cloud sees that you have worked very well together in the past, but it just doesn't look like they're on the same page today. Huge Work is huge. Huge Work is going to try to take off Dwayle's head.
That's going to require the expenditure of a shield spell.
Okay.
Boink.
How about a 19?
19 with the shield, still barely misses.
And then he is going to move away from the fire. Fire bad.
No, fire's okay. You just stay there.
And
oh, hang on. Oh, no reaction. Damn it. I was gonna actually hit something.
I mean,
stuff.
Felon could hit it, or try to.
Hit it! Do it!
You want to see him use his candlestick?
Swing the candlestick. Destroy him.
Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Oh,
A
those are the
9?
two-
Oh,
Oh, wrong side.
if only I'd used inspiration. Let's just for fun. I'm just gonna roll the damage just so we see. 8. That's actually better than I would have thought, to be honest with you. But no, I'm not using my inspiration. Obviously.
So close.
So as this orc backs up, dead orc is dead. And you don't see this one getting back up. Zork does not look happy about his friend being down. There's really not all that much he can do about it. Briseus.
What is? Nope.
No. It is no. Felon.
Okay, so first things Felon's gonna do is, because his spiritual weapon can't get to the big guy, he's gonna spiritual weapon this guy. So, weapon. 16 probably hits.
Oh yeah. Clear as day. They don't get books.
10 damage.
And this guy falls over.
Perfect. And then I'm going to take aim with my, or actually first I'm going to move kind of like this. Wait, if I move there, will this tree be in the way? Or can I still hit that guy because he's huge? Pretty easily.
I mean, you can see him.
Okay.
Yes, there's a tree there, and yes, it's in the way.
But he's not comically hiding behind a far too small for him tree. So
No.
I think I'm okay. So then I'm going to attempt to guiding bolt him. 15?
15 will not do it because there is a little bit of cover given by the tree.
Dang it. Ah. All right. That is my turn.
Oh, where's this guy? Oh,
I bet you got a splinter in him, though. You sure?
I should have. What I should have done is cast and then moved. I shouldn't have moved and then cast.
So this zombie. He's gonna slam on Redo here. Oh boy, Redo. Oh, Redo's looking kind of salty.
Not a lot of pixels left there, buddy.
Our shiny armor decorated orc is running out of tricks here. He's gonna take a stab with his spear at Cloud. Looks like he's just trying to ward you off. And
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
and then he's going to stay there. Move around this corner a little. No, he doesn't want to go next to that zombie. It's a zombie. Cloud.
Okay. Cloud. Gonna first smack that guy twice with a staff. Ooh, either of those hit? 10 probably doesn't. Does a 13?
This one seems to be very well disciplined. No, neither of those hit.
Darn it. Alright, then he's going to spend a key point to Flurry of Blows. Well, not straight. Okay. So, first armed attack. 15?
No.
And
no,
then
it just bounces right off his shield.
last unarmed attack. Ah, darn it. 4 attacks, not a single hit.
All right. As you very well decorate his armor and his shield.
And then he's just going to move to there. That's it.
All right, well, it looks like this huge orc, moved away from you.
Like he was scared.
Keep running.
Is that enough? How far does it move a turn?
It does not quite bump into him. It stops just in front.
Okay.
So it's a warning shot.
Shot across the bow.
Just a warning shot across the bow. But seeing that there's quite a mess going on down there, I will send a firebolt after our beady-eyed fellow. I'll let the big guy have his moment.
This is at Mr. Beady Eyes.
At Mr. Beady Eyes.
Okay. He is down to 2 images. But being practically trained, you know damn well which one's him.
Aim for the one that bleeds and burns.
And he falls. A nice firebolt put right between his eyes.
Yeah. Screw you, dude.
And that will be it for me.
So as you do so, Gare kind of turns in surprise because you just sent a firebolt past his head. Turns and closes the gap with this shiny decorated orc. And he's just like, first you gotta hook him, and then we hit him with the good stuff.
Oh, if this works, it's gonna look so bad.
Oh. It's like, yeah, I see, I got you. I'm gonna set you up. He's gonna be on the ground. I got you. It looks like he can't follow up after that. Like maybe there's a language barrier or a race barrier, or
No, but
I
it's a
haven't
good
worked
idea.
with you for years barrier.
Good idea.
Braceus.
So she is going to swing her yonder. That hit?
That
Yes,
does, yeah.
Bonk.
Oh, that 8 stayed there so long.
And this guy definitely dead, not unconscious.
That guy's definitely dead.
She wants to try to cut a. I don't know. Would she know if cutting the head off would keep it from being able to get up? 'Cause I think to be safe, she might just go for a leg or something so it can't stand at least. Because she can't hack it to pieces in one round.
I mean, that's a. I mean, that is that's a myth. Go ahead and roll religion.
Do zombies need heads?
You do know that typically, for whatever reason, zombies do require the head limb to function in most cases.
So she will try to remove it from him so he doesn't get up.
Okay. You take a good 4 seconds and make sure that head is dismantled.
Okay. That's what do. Do I need to roll an attack or anything?
I feel pretty confident that you can hit a dead orc that's on the ground.
Okay.
I feel pretty good about that.
Back to beheading things.
Yeah,
Like you do.
Old news, same as the new news. Redo down here, seeing that he's no longer in immediate danger besides a zombie, is going to disengage and move away from that zombie. So, this huge orc kind of goes around your sphere of flame. he uses his bonus action to gain some extra distance and close the gap.
Oh, come on, big guy. You were running away.
And as you see him close, you see some of the force wounds that have been exerted on him, and some of the burn wounds. You do see them healing in front of your face.
You will be troublesome. And hopefully that was his action and he doesn't attack.
And he will definitely go after the source of fire that he can see.
That will be another shield spell.
So that's 1, 2, 3.
And the last of the first level spells.
Okay. It always makes me feel good when wizards have to expend second level spell slots to cast shield. That was supposed to be the butt, but does a 17 still doesn't do
No.
shield?
No. Mage armor plus shield. I almost have an armor class. Oh wait, did he move away from me? Do I have a reaction? I'm going to attempt to hit him with my quarterstaff as he moves away from me.
Do it. Kill him.
Wait. Ah, crap, no. Shield's the reaction. Never mind. Ah! Did that last time, too. I got all excited I might be able to hit somebody.
Fell in. You see this orc kind of come around the corner, take 2 swipes at Dwayne, and then run off. But not like run off.
Okay.
Be mindful he is healing some.
So dead. Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do. So far away. Okay. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is step to here, and oh, that's Cloud's sheet. Don't want that one. This one, and I'm gonna give Cloud a little healing because he's a little hurt, so he can. There we go. That's a good amount. It's 12, and then I'm going to try. Can Felon tell where that screaming was coming from where he is right now?
You have the same sense that Bryceus did, in that it's coming over here, but you guys haven't heard it in a while now.
Okay. Then I'm going to move my spiritual weapon, which I can't move, but I'm going to move it over to there. And then I am going to move myself down to like there. No, that's not mine. That one's... Versus, I'm moving mine there. And then that's my whole turn.
Okay. Zombies just want brains. Garrett's in front of them. This zombie is very accurate. Garrett does not enjoy getting slammed by zombies. So, our decorated friendly local orc is going to stand back up. He's going to use his bonus action to stab Dwale of House Wands with a spear that's been floating there.
Yeah. Ha!
So glad that's that way around.
And then, yeah.
Really, would her shield, her disadvantage count for that too? Something like this? I mean, it didn't matter right now, but would she be able to guard him from a spiritual weapon type situation? Or
If
just
the
a creature?
wording is attack roll, then yes. If not, if it is creature, then no.
Yeah, it's a creature. When a creature you can see attacks a target. Okay, never mind.
And then Cloud also gets narrowly missed in a different universe.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a lot different.
Okay, well, Cloud grows tired of this stupid guy. So he's going to hit him, or at least try to, more than he did last time. Well, 20 should hit.
Yes.
For 6 damage, and then punch. That's not a hit.
Okay.
That's
yeah, he's still
all
hanging
he's going
on.
to do for the moment.
Hanging
Let's
on.
stop
and
him.
hanging on. Dwale.
Fire.
Always with the fire.
Always with the fire. Well, I have fire, so I use fire. Though at the moment, the fellow who's controlling that spear just took a shot at me. So we will send a firebolt down towards him. See if we can dissuade him from doing that again. $18 at the decorated orc?
Yeah, 18 will go through some of the spots in his armor.
Wow.
Yeah. That's Melty Face's cousin. Definitely. He kind of... It's the same thing, kind of like with the beady eyes. You're still getting very accurate shots when you don't have things trying to frantically cut your head off around you.
See, it is so much more civilized to kill things from a distance. And I think that's where I will hold for the moment.
All right. Gare is going to disengage and get behind this house.
See if you can find that child.
What child?
I don't know. I keep hearing something squealing. Might be a pig.
All right.
She's gonna move her spiritual weapon there, heading towards that guy. Going to move in front of Dwale. She is gonna hit the zombie. It's the only other thing alive besides this guy. Quote unquote alive. And she is going to try to cast slow on them.
There we go.
What is her spell? 13.
Ooh.
Is there a saving throw on it, or is it just do?
I'm seeing wisdom.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
saving.
there it is. 13 is what they're. Yay!
Yeah.
And that's it for now.
All right. Redo is going to swing around this building. Also, to be out of line of sight of this giant orc that has been running around and cutting down people. And this orc has been running around and cutting down people, and it's definitely not going to stop. Again, Briseus, you see it, wounds on its face, healing as it kind of generates some of the spittle. Some of its blood also kind of flies at you in this weird type of slow motion run. What is this, halved? Yeah, so it can't even get up into your face.
Woo!
So it's going to take a javelin off of this orc that's on the ground and throw it at you, because that's what it's got. So you just use the attack roll for the butt.
Nope.
And that was his action. He's gonna move his 15 feet. And then he's gonna pant a little bit after he's done moving. Felon.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Perfect.
And then he appears to be not tired after he takes those actions.
Okay. So I move my spiritual weapon 20 feet to their last turn, so I'm going to move it another 20 feet to there so I can stab him with it. Ha-ha! $15?
Oh. Well, this one does not have cover behind a tree.
Excellent. Fuck you, dude. 9 force damage. And then I'm going to... Fallon's going to turn and Sacred Flame this zombie behind him. That might roll twice. I apologize if it does. It did. So use the first one. 5 radiant damage.
Sweet,
if you
sweet
failed.
5 damage.
Yeah, he failed. So 5 damage. Haha.
Yeah, zombie does not like that.
Oh,
Zombie.
I'm dumb. Sorry. I just noticed I had a spell that could have done the same thing as chopping off the head of the zombie, but hey. Oops.
16? No?
No.
Still wearing that shield? Alright.
Yeah. Why would I ever not wear the shield? This is good.
You never know. Alright, Cloud?
Get him, Cloud. Get him.
Ah, okay. Forgot I was Cloud for a second. Cloud is not super concerned about this zombie. So he's gonna run to here.
Oh, Cloud. You always have bad luck when you do that. Don't do that, Cloud.
What are the chances that the zombie can hit him? In what universe could the zombie ever hit him? Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
See?
That was like the first nod.
Zombie needs to bring it harder next time. And then Cloud is going to smack. Smack.
Ooh.
There we go. And because I'm going to roll, I'm not going to roll any of the damage until now. Oh, there it went. All right. So first damage. Second damage. Wow, that one did less despite being a crit. So 18 damage.
18?
This big orc.
That does 18 damage.
Excellent.
And after it seems like a significantly easier to attack this guy after he's been, debilitated for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He has to spend some time shaking off. Briseis is slow, and it's not quick enough. Doyle, what does House Wands bring to the table?
Well, House Wands seems to be very fond of fire. So House Wands will bring a little bit of fire. And
Oh boy. Okay. As you ram this sphere into this orc, he's kind of groaning in pain and in misery as his flesh burns and he falls to the ground. Kind of. It looks like that. It looks like that leather out top that he had, and then he had chain underneath, and it kind of sounds like there was some fabric under that because that's on fire, and he's just rolling on the ground, and then stops.
well, we'll leave the fire there to deal with whatever might stand up. And let's see if we can take care of that zombie as well. No, maybe not. Maybe.
Well, I mean, it is a zombie,
It is a
so
zombie.
it's not gonna move much. So, go ahead and roll that damage.
Can't believe it drooled on me.
All right, Briseis.
The only thing she could see is this guy?
Yes, it does appear to be the only thing moving.
She will get us there. Back. Well,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Get him.
9 radiant.
Yeah, this one also slows, much in the same way as the last one. Kind of just inside out. All lots of light, no leftover body.
Do I need to hold on? Checking something. Okay.
Mind the big one. If that gets back up, we'll be in
Yeah,
trouble.
because I was gonna. She needs to touch it, which I didn't realize. But where's Redo? Oh, they're hiding. So she doesn't even know they're there. She can't move anymore. Yeah, that's all she could do.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move this turn order, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close that turn order.
Woo! We did it.
As this giant, disgusting-looking orc stays lit and on fire.
Excellent. Ellen is running towards where we heard the screams from.
Who's running?
Is it
Sorry.
good?
Fallon.
And Briseis will be right after him.
All right. So you guys are running in this general direction. As you guys get to this dead body here, it squeaks out some gurgle groan, and
Okay.
is not as dead as you once thought.
Excellent. I'm going to heal it.
Oop, lost you.
Me?
No, I heard Sensei is not, and then cut off.
Oh,
As
sorry.
dead as we thought.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, Mailer. Remarkably consistent with that.
Yeah, he's feeling much better. He starts kind of sitting up and he's holding his side. Thank you. The kids, you have to go get them. They went
Where are
down
they?
to the tower. Some orcs
Okay.
chased them. They're down
This
that
tower.
way. Points towards the direction that you heard the screaming.
Okay, I run. Go this way.
All right, and so you guys head that way, and I think that is probably because we're past a break, but we're not too long. I think that's where we'll end it for tonight. A little early, minus the
That's
break.
okay.
But we weren't
Oh,
quite
sorry.
prepared for some things as much as we thought.
I'd rather end a little early than you guys try to rush through something you're not fully prepared for.
Plus, was not ready for like this epicness of a battle. Like was, but wasn't. You guys
Yeah, that's fun.
seriously kicked their ass.
Yeah. It didn't feel like we kicked their ass.
It
I
took
mean,
a lot of resources and some
Yeah.
luck in there.
yeah.
I will throw in, if I could, Dwayne will do his usual of coming down and checking out the people that look like they were magical, and taking their stuff.
Oh,
before
yeah.
He leisurely remounts his fanciful horse, and then catches up to them in like a second.
Yeah, we can definitely resolve this stuff
Yeah.
while Bryceus and Felon are hoofing it down there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll give him a
One of
little
us
head
more
start
than the
before I
other,
just
if you think
catch
about
up
it.
real quick. Make sure Gare and Redo are alive.
Yeah, Gare and Redo are not doing so hot, but they held their own. You know, didn't run and flee like the usual pairs of
Yeah,
flaming
they're already
fist
better
people.
than Ned and Ted, so Garen Rito, all right.
Yeah, they let off with a bang. I mean, they took apart
Yeah.
that first orc.
Yeah, they did. They're
They're
Garen
really,
Redo, not useless.
they're really doing well with the weapons that you guys gave them, making use of them. So Dwayne, you're prancing around on your unnamed horse? Are you
Oh, yes.
investigating anything while they run off, or?
Well, I'm basically coming down to check out beady eyes, who seem to be casting things of a arcane nature, and then a little attention to the clerical seeming fellow in his decorated armor, and then just a poke with a stick at the big orc guy before moving to catch up with them. The tower is not 10 feet away. It's off in the distance.
Yeah, you're guessing it's at least 300 to 500 feet away from how far away the screams sounded. But you don't see any the almost not dead guy anymore. He said tower, but you don't see anything.
Ah,
So maybe it's further away than you think, or around a corner again, or what's going on. He didn't really give a whole lot of details before Felon and Bryceus were like, okay, thanks, bye.
it's one of those below ground towers. All the rage.
Yeah, the dungeon towers. And we will get the contents of beady eyes and cleric orc pockets to you soonly.
Woo! Hey, Sid.
Oh, Kyle, you should say that out loud.
No, get the fuck out of here. I have problems enough dealing with you guys at level 6.
Well, okay, rude, first of all. But second of
Oh,
all,
like Felon isn't.
you don't, that's not, two wrongs don't make a right, Kyle. I didn't even get to ask my question. If I don't ask my question, I'm going to feel weird all night.
That's true.
So, Sin, did we level?
You know what? You did get something. It's not.
Oh,
It's
really?
not. It's not a level, but you did get a. You have a student now that Well, we granted a certain right to a certain player, and that certain right came with a little addendum to it, meaning that he needs to study at least an hour a day with you to continue on his wizardly path.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, really? Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's just fantastic. Oh, that's quite excellent.
It's not a level, but it's fun still.
I agree. That is a good consolation prize for a lack of a level.
There's so many dead bodies around here.
Yes, so your wisdom is sought and listened to and sifted through thoroughly.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, to be a fly on that wall.
I cannot see how tasting each spell component could possibly help understand the workings of magic.
I think you have much to learn, young Dwale.
You guys might have to make a trip to go get Dwale his own library card.
Oh, absolutely. You can't. I don't know how he survived this long without a library card. It's free books.
Why not just buy them?
Oh, God. My goodness.
So as you guys are kind of exploring the rest of the town too, you notice kind of where Bryceus, you're probably closest, but where you first noticed Huge Orc, you notice next to the building that he was near, there's like this giant pile of what looks like chewed on bones and meat and stuff. There's a couple pieces that are still, only got one bite out of them, relatively intact. They look very similar to the meat that you guys saw coming out of that chest.
Was that like unkeg meat or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Felon was the expert, but yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely 100% on keg. It's a good cut. It's a prime on keg shoulder we had in there.
Okay, so only the orcs were getting up again? None of the villagers were standing?
Yes, that is what you noticed.
Yeah, if the villagers were getting up, we'd had a lot harder problem with that fight.
Though I think I heard that the villagers had gotten their heads bashed in.
That is true.
Or severely bashed, similar to how Perseus.
That?
So the orcs may have been discouraging undead as well.
Almost like it wasn't the orcs' decision. Like either it was forced upon them or it has nothing to do with them.
Simply a death in the area causes the undead to rise.
Or third or.
Yeah, but this is a big area. I mean, it happened in the middle of the city, too.
Okay. Felon has started putting some pieces together because Felon is smarter than Sean, and Sean has started putting some pieces together. I think. Felon has a theory. His theory is the orcs are pawns, okay?
Well, they're orcs.
Right. But they're not doing this... I mean, they may think they're doing this for revenge or because they want to or whatever, but it doesn't matter. That's not really why they're doing it. They're being influenced by the wizardly people who are providing them with those magic items and all of that into running around causing a bunch of death. And the same group is also causing the Iron Crisis at the same time. So they cause the Iron Crisis, then they cause this crisis with the orcs at the same time. this causes a lot more death than it normally would, because there really aren't that many orcs. It would be a problem, but not a humongous problem. But combined with the Iron Crisis, means a lot more people are going to die. And then whoever this shadowy third party is, who's magical, is really after these undead for one reason or another. And that's how they're getting them. They need a lot of people to die so they can have a lot of undead, and this is how they're orchestrating that. That's what I think is happening.
Well, that seems to fall in line with your increasingly not prophetic dream.
All right. Well, you don't need to rub it in right now.
Despite having resolved the Iron Crisis, the undead concern grew.
Right. And I mean, the Iron Crisis, while we have technically solved it, it's still going to take a while for things to get back to normal. So the effects are going to be felt for months at least. Which means that these orcs can run around and create a bunch more bodies to turn into undead. That's troubling.
Yeah, given that Felon already doesn't like orcs, I bet he likes undead orcs a lot less.
Yeah, like a double whammy. But then no one gets upset when you dissect them. So.
Bet you can't wait to get your hands on the huge orc. He's new.
Oh my god, I'll need a body hazmat suit for that.
Well, good thing there's a cart nearby the fire over here. I'm sure he fits nicely on there.
If not, we can always cut him up into pieces, like a bunch of parts, and then put him in the cart and dissect each part individually.
It's one way to enter back into Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne, welcome to your first lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Here is your mandatory hour.
Lesson 1, dissection.
Yeah, it's an important first lesson. It was Felon's first lesson when he started learning, so it needs to be Dwayne's as well.
Dwayne's like sitting there explaining to unseen servants what Felon's explaining to him to do. All right, you heard what he said. Go do that.
No, you can't. To achieve true mastery, you need to get in there and do it yourself.
Yes, but by doing it this way, I can observe it from all angles.
Well, no, see, because you need to really hold it in your hand so you get a true appreciation. Because, the spleen has just quite this give to it that you can't appreciate when you're not holding it yourself.
Can I give it away?
I mean, someone might want it, I suppose. Look at all that blood in there.
This bladder is galling.
You're gonna have to work on your dark humor.
Don't forget, he did just eat a big meal right before you guys came along, too, so...
Yeah.
Mmm.
Delicious.
No, but that lore master stuff looked really cool. Looks a lot of fun.
And was a save our butt move.
Oh my
3
god.
seconds after approval.
Did help.
Yeah, I'm sorry it was so late. Like, I was just like, well, what if we do this? He's like,
Totally
yeah, okay. Because, yeah, for level 2, I'm like, wait a minute. At level 2, he can change any kind of damage into any other kind of damage. I'm like, that seems... Like, all I could do before was change this thing into this other thing for, like, an hour. Look, it's not porridge, it's meat. Eh? I'm a wizard.
Ooh, shiny.
I think you played Cloud very well as well.
Thank you.
Did exactly what he would do. Run in head first.
Absolutely. It's true to form. And I realized partway through the fight that key points, you get back all your key points on a short rest, so you blow those motherfuckers.
Yeah, that was another factor in trying to give Dwayne stuff on short rest as well as long. Because otherwise it's only Cloud going, guys, hold on. I'm really tired. Wait.
Yeah. Well, now Felon is going to be very excited to take short rest because it means in between he can read people's minds. So he's got.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that shit.
I am so. Oh, Sid, I'm so excited for it.
I have a page started with, like, how to thwart felon.
I'm so excited that I can read people's minds.
You don't need to thwart him. You just need to answer him with exactly what's on their mind at the time. Just really
I've got a
uncomfortable
lovely
things.
bunch of coconuts. Diddly-dee.
A lot of sick people in Dungeons and Dragons world.